Now, relationship between B, that is external net magnetic field, external and the field which is produced within, so net magnetic field is B, and H. H is nothing but N into I. Okay. Now, this is the graph that of the B versus H. Okay. Now, we try to understand this graph. Okay. First of all, this figure shows the behavior of the material as we take it through one cycle of magnetization. One complete cycle of magnetization we shall understand. Now, let the material be unmagnetized initially. Say for example, you have one material which is unmagnetized. Okay, initially there is no magnetization. Now, try to understand it this way. You have a solenoid. Okay, inside the solenoid you are placing this material which is initially unmagnetized. So you are placing it within the solenoid. Okay, and the current is passed through the solenoid and you are increasing the current. You are increasing the current means H increases. So H increases, what happens? The magnetic dipoles or atomic magnetic dipole moments will align in the direction of magnetic field, and there will be an increase in the net magnetic field with electric current. So if you say for example you have say one A meter here, milliammeter, and you are increasing the current from say 10 milliampere, 20, 30 this way, then the magnetization of the magnetic dipoles or rather atomic magnetic dipoles will increase, and that increases the net magnetic field inside the solenoid or inside this bar of ferromagnetic substance. Okay, and the magnetization occurs and all the atomic magnetic dipoles will try to align in one particular direction. Okay, so this phenomena occurs when the ferromagnetic substance as such it is taken, when you are taking it. Okay, so ferromagnetic substance, the magnetic dipoles are gradually aligning in the direction of external magnetic field, and the magnetic field, net magnetic field increases. Okay, now we place it in a solenoid. So we have placed the ferromagnetic substance in the solenoid and we increase the current through the solenoid, so H increases. The magnetic field B in the material increases and reaches a saturation magnetization as it is shown here in this curve OA. So here this point A is the point where saturation magnetization is obtained. So all the elemental magnetic dipoles within the substance are aligned in the direction of external magnetic field. Okay. Again the figure is kept for you for the reference. This behavior represents the alignment and merger of domains. So what happens during this whole process? There is an alignment of all the elemental, or rather we can say all the domains in one particular direction, and they are getting merged. Okay, so there is only a very big or a very large domain persists, only one domain that is in one particular direction, in the direction of magnetic field. Now it is of no use to increase the current. Now once the saturation magnetization is obtained, now there is no use of increasing this current. Okay, you don't find any fun in increasing this current now, because saturation magnetization is obtained. Now all are aligned in one particular direction. Now why are you increasing the current? Okay, so here up to a certain limit you increase the current. When there is a saturation magnetization, you stop increasing the current. Now we are decreasing the current. Okay, so what will happen? The domains will start disturbing, or one domain which was created. Okay, now there will be a slightly misalignment. Okay, next we decrease the current. Okay, so H is decreased and we make it 0. Say up to 0 to 250 milliampere we have increased the current. Now 250 to say 0 you are decreasing. Okay, so at H is equal to 0 you can see this point. Okay, this point you closely see. See, this point is a saturation magnetism, round about say 300 here as such. You can take 300 milliampere is the point where you get saturation magnetism. Then from 300 milliampere you are making the current 0. So here the value of the current, that is H, that is equal to Ni, becomes 0. Still there is a magnetization. Okay, or we can say the magnetic field does not become 0, it remains slightly about 1.2 Tesla or whatever point gives the value here. So at this point B, the magnetic field is still there, means all the domains have not been constructed again. There are many elemental magnetic dipoles which are still there, aligned in the direction of the external magnetic field which was earlier created by increasing the current through the solenoid. Okay, so this point B is known as retentivity. The value of B at H is equal to 0. Okay, the value of B here somewhere, say round about 1.2 Tesla. Okay, because this is 1. You can see this is 1. Then the value here, this is 1, so it is round about 1.2 Tesla. This value of B when H is 0, whatever is the value of B, 1.2 Tesla or whatever, okay, this value of B is known as the retentivity or remanence. Okay, here retentivity is found to be about 1.2 Tesla for this particular figure. Okay, where here R shows the retentivity. Okay, now what will you do? Now you change the battery direction of, you have started from 0, you have increased up to say 300 milliampere. From 300 you have brought it 0. Now you change the direction of the magnetic field. So earlier the battery was this way, positive, negative. Now instead of this, you change this, positive here and negative here, positive and negative. So direction of magnetic field you are changing. And again you are increasing the current in opposite direction. And at a particular value of electric current, what will happen? You will have B to be 0. At a particular value of electric current, the magnetic field here becomes 0. This point is C. Okay, here magnetic field becomes 0. So that is explained. Okay, the domains are now completely randomized even though the external field has been removed. So domains are not randomized at the retentivity point, or we can say at this point B. All the domains have not randomized. Okay, still there is a magnetic field. Okay, external field is removed, but domains are not completely randomized even though the external field has been removed. Next, the current in the solenoid is reversed and slowly increased. Now opposite direction of the current battery is changed, from positive negative are changed. Barabar? At certain value of H, the net field inside is nullified. See, this is shown here at point C. At point C, what happens? The magnetic field inside becomes 0. There is certain value of this current, say around about 90 milliampere, whatever you can, whatever according to the graph right now I am speaking. Okay, so that value at which the magnetic field inside the substance becomes 0, this is represented by the curve BC. The value of H at point C is called the coercivity. You can see here. Okay, again the figure is kept for you. Okay, at this point the magnetic field becomes 0, B becomes 0. So the value of the current at which the magnetic field becomes 0 is known as the coercivity. Okay, in figure this HC, okay, that is a value of H when the magnetic field becomes 0 is around about 90 ampere per meter. If the reverse current is increased, now still you go on increasing the current. Okay, at C point what had happened? At C point all the domains are randomized. At this point the randomization is obtained, but that randomization is not same as the earlier randomization when we have taken the ferromagnetic substance in the solenoid. Okay, so this randomization is different from the randomization of the domains at the time of our beginning, or we can say at the time of our beginning of this experiment. Okay, so this randomization is completely different. Now you are again increasing the current in opposite direction, so again saturation magnetization is obtained about say this 300 milliampere or so in opposite direction. Then again you reduce, okay, then becomes 0, current becomes 0. Then this point E is obtained where some magnetic field remains even if the current is made 0. Now what will you do? Again the battery is changed. First it was positive negative, then it was negative positive. Now again original situation. So again the graph reaches to its maximum saturation, but it is not retraced. Try to understand, it is not following the same path because the randomization of domain is completely different than the earlier randomization. Okay. Next the current is reduced, the curve DE that I have shown, curve DE is obtained. Okay, and the battery is reversed, then reverse current again, then the curve EA is obtained and the cycle is repeated. Note that the curve OA does not retrace itself as H is reduced. For a given value of H, B is not unique but depends on the previous history of the sample. So previously how the domains were arranged, on that the B depends. So B is not unique, but it depends on the previous history of the sample. This phenomena is called the hysteresis. Okay, the word hysteresis means lagging behind, and it is not the history. Okay, so this can be asked in the examination. Explain the hysteresis curve. Okay, so prepare it well. Thank you very much.